my friends and family who came here tonight are here expecting me to do a stand-up comedy routine.
Yes, we do.
Instead, I will be doing a dramatic reenactment of a scene from Lost, Season 1, Episode 7, titled The Moth, where the character of John Locke draws a metaphor between perseverance and a moth emerging from its cocoon. I'm kidding. Now, who thought I was going to break into a monologue where I go, "Doth thy summer night remind thee of thy fair maiden, who do reign most beautiful in the waking hours of some not too distant morning." Also, tips are accepted tonight. A lot of my jokes are a lot funnier to me than they are to you, but that's okay because this isn't for you, this is for me. This is for me. So there's 3 children playing with bricks. There's a mud pit. They're trying to see who can throw it deepest into the mud pit. The first kid takes the brick, throws it, goes like 2 feet deep. The second kid takes the brick, throws it, goes like 5 feet deep. The third kid takes a step back, leans back, says, "I can beat that, I can do so much better." Takes a deep breath, chucks it, and the brick never came down. They're a lot funnier to me than they are to you. So I'll be in English class, and my teacher will ask us, when we're reading an article or whatever, the teacher will ask us, "What's the author's purpose with this?" And I'll say, "Miss Ortiz, I barely even know my purpose, let alone the author's." So I'm a senior here this year. I'm a senior this year. And adults, people I know, random bums on the street, they'll ask me, "Peyton, are you excited to be done with school this year? No more school after this year." And I say no, because I'm going to keep doing this for 4 more years, just at a bigger place, while paying them for it. Tips are expected. So a moth goes into a podiatrist's office. And the podiatrist says, "Moth, what seems to be the problem?" And the moth says, "What's the problem? Where do I begin? I work for Gregory Alinovich, and he works me all day and night, and honestly, Doc, I don't even know what I do there anymore. I don't even know if Gregory Alinovich knows. He just knows he has power over me, and that seems to bring him happiness. Thank you. Sometimes I wake up in a malaise, and I walk here and there, never knowing where to turn. Sometimes I turn to this old lady in my bed that I once loved, but no longer do. My youngest, Alexandria. She fell in the cold of last year, as did many of us, but her death hit me the hardest. My other son, Gregor Ilinatinovich Sukra, I no longer love him. It pains me to say, but when I look into his eyes, I see the same cowardice I see when I look into a mirror, and that terrifies me. Sometimes I feel like a spider, even though I'm a moth, trapped in my own web, unable to escape. I'm not doing good, Doc. And the podiatrist says, "Moth, man, you're troubled. But shouldn't you be seeing a therapist or something? Why did you come here to me, a podiatrist? Why did you come here?" And the moth says, "Well, I came because the light was on." I did not know that light was about to turn off. So has anyone here seen The Incredibles 2? I don't care. So when I went to see it, I saw it in theaters over the summer when it came out. And when I was watching it, I smelled this weird smell in the seat to my left. Eventually, I braved myself and turned, and the man in the seat next to me had his head in his shirt. He's hiding his head in the shirt. Tips are accepted. And now I'm even more confused once I look away, not knowing what he's doing. And I try to focus on the movie. I keep looking ahead of me, watching the movie, but I keep smelling the smell. Eventually, I feel brave again and courageous. I turn to my left, and I see the man smoking a joint. I guess it's not the worst thing someone could be doing in the theater next to me. It's just odd, mainly. It's just odd. It's the first week showing of a kid's movie, and this man is smoking a joint in the theater. It's just odd. And then I'm sitting there, and he sees me looking at him with judgment in my eyes and asks me, "Do you want any?" "No," I responded. "No, I do not." Thank you. I'll take that. Tips are accepted, expected. To finish off tonight, I think I'm going to end with a joke about a parrot. So this lady, her mom loves parrots, loves them to death. So she buys her mother a parrot for Mother's Day, but she books her flight to take the parrot very late, and she can only afford, on such a timely manner, the no cigar, no parrot airlines. A very cheap airline. The windows can open, mind you. So she sneaks the parrot on board under her shirt, and during the flight, the pilot is walking down the aisles asking people how they're doing, what they need, anything, with a cigar in his mouth. And he walks up to the lady and he says, "Oh, how are you doing today?" She goes, "I'm doing good." And he says, "Do you need anything?" And she says, "No, I don't need anything." And here's a squawk come from the shirt. Come from the shirt. And he says, "Hey, is there a parrot in your shirt?" She says, "No." And then the parrot crawls out of her shirt. He grabs the parrot and says, "There's no parrots allowed on this plane." And she says, "Well, there's no cigars allowed on this plane," pointing to the cigar in his mouth. He takes the parrot, says, "There's no parrots allowed on this plane," opens the window and chucks it out of the plane. And then she says, "There's no cigars on this plane," grabs the cigar, chucks it out the window of the plane. And now the captain is upset. He goes back to his cockpit, takes a seat, upset at the world and at himself mostly. And then he hears a tapping on the window, and he turns and he sees the parrot out the window. And in the parrot's mouth, what do you think he sees? No, the brick. Thank you all for coming.